Hello, you wonderful people. This is Jordan White, and, well, I believe that the big story this year, a lot of things have changed. We're halfway through the year of 2020. I mean, with all the crazy crises going around. Of course, the big story this year is that, that, the coof, the beer bug, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. It's just, I don't it's been so much life change. Plus, I've been taking a lot of burdens off of myself, unnecessary, childish burdens that have dragged me down for a long time. Well, just want to let you know that this is my 4th of July video, and this is an opportunity for me to at least tell you that I actually have an account on another website, another platform, a video platform. You want to know what it is? It's called the Internet Archive. Of course, it's home to the Wayback Machine. Of course, you can go search google.com, and then you can get back catalog. And by the way, you can get to see what it looked like in '98. All those years ago. Oh, nope, not there. Oh, here we go. I think this is the snapshot of December 1998. Oh man, what a long time ago that was. There you go. oh, what? Oh, what joy. I mean, December of 1998. Google comes into beta and looks like that. So, if you're ever wondering about the history of the all-knowing search engine, then look no further than the Wayback Machine. You can also search. A lot of internet history is preserved here. However, it happens to be expanded beyond just preserving the internet. It's home to free books, movies, software, music, websites, and more. All this media. It's more of a library than an actual video site. Therefore, it's not like a social media platform. It's just a library. It's not the not like what you call a mainstream social media platform. You see, employers don't check sites like these. They usually check your social media as of recent. They check the big ones. They check the YouTube, the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest and Tumblr. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, those ones they look at, but they don't really look at in an archive. So you could say that I'm in the clear when I could do whatever I want with this. No, I can't. I have high standards I uphold to. You see, a lot of what's been going on has been basically reevaluating myself and taking the burdens off of me and becoming more mature. That's what's been happening. All right. Let me tell you what's been going on. You see, Earth Day 50, the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Basically, I knew that craziness was going to happen on that day, but I didn't really expect COVID to be this crazy. And yep, I said that word. I'm pretty sure that if you ever find this video, don't find this video on YouTube, you can find it on my archive.org account. Well, just gonna let you know that on Earth Day 50, the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, I took the burden. off of myself of making this environmental campaign, like being an environmentalist, just because you want to preserve Christmas traditions. The snow, the ice, the cold, the Santa Claus, North Pole, reindeer, all that stuff. I mean, and judging from what I've seen online throughout the history and stuff, the basic habits and various tidbits that they publish on environmental damage and corruption and oil and darkness and stuff like that. Turns out when they're environmentalists or environmental activists or something like that, it turns out that Christmas traditions, Santa Claus, North Pole, cold ice and snow in some form of capacity, anything Christmas related or Christmas/holiday related is the least, like at the very bottom of their concerns. The goal to me of being an environmentalist is life abundance, not devoid of life. So hang on. No. Just see. You know what? Since the summer here where I live, little gnats sometimes fly around, and I have the tendency to clap them. Clap them because I have fast reflexes and stuff like that. So judging from their behavior, the way of acting, and them wanting life abundance, I took the burden off of myself to say, no, Jordan, you shouldn't be an environmentalist because you want to save Christmas or Christmas traditions and all that imagery and all that stuff. You do it because God has called us to be good stewards of His creation, and He has gifted His creation to us, and we do not have carte blanche to destroy it. So we have a responsibility. That's what God has talked to us about in the Bible. So it's all about life abundancy and not making a snowball Earth or trying to make the whole Earth look like the North Pole. Because if it did, then everything would just be the same thing over and over again. Not much trees and plants or anything like that. No, none of the beauty that I like to experience. Though I am a pretty good servant outside. I'm able to be strong, work out hard in the hot sun, and helping serve my family because I live with my family for free, and I just do, and to thank them, I do stuff for them, and it's all about being a good servant. That's one burden I took off of myself. The unnecessary reason to be an environmentalist because of Christmas, or Christmas/holiday. Yeah, that's what was going on. There's also another burden that I took off of myself. You see, well, 5 years ago, I posted on Twitter. Of course, now I deleted my Twitter, all for mental health concerns. I'm making a lot of these improvements just to improve my mental health and my spiritual health. I deleted my Twitter. That was the best thing I could do. I mean, this one person who got hired to do a Star Wars show at Lucasfilm.ltd, and she deleted 246 tweets the day they announced her hiring. Nope, not quite. And just little gnats. Not too big of a deal, but I've learned to live with them. I live in the South. So this person who goes by the name of Leslie Hasland deleted 246 tweets off of her account, almost as if they would, so as to not have some sort of social media investigation into some past little tidbits of her life, plus some, in an unfortunate circumstance, she used to work for Harvey Weinstein, the guy who got into trouble because he was messing around with and doing awful things to women. I'm sorry if you have to hear that, but it's true. And he's in prison, and rightfully so. So no one ain't gonna hire him again because of that little skedaddle. And but then again, I don't know why Lucasfilm would hire the person. Hang on, let me get a little more lively here. I don't know why Lucasfilm would hire one of the people who worked under Harvey Weinstein. But unlike Leslie Headland, or whatever her name is, who deleted 246 tweets, I did way better. I deleted my entire Twitter account. Do you want to know why I deleted my entire Twitter account? It is because I wanted the SpaceX rocket to launch Doug and Bob up into outer space over to the International Space Station. Of course, their plan was to go do a 120-day stay. So it's like, how do I spend my summer vacation? I spend it up in space. Well, they're lucky because they don't have to deal with all the madhouse insanity down here. Well, so I deleted my Twitter account the same day they did the launch, on May 30th, because May 27th they scrubbed the launch, and May 30th they decided they were going to try again. But I didn't want them to scrub it again. It will get upset over the cancellations of launches. You know what I mean? It's like unpredictable weather and stuff. They all talk about the weather and all that stuff. So I deleted my Twitter account because I didn't want to blame another scrubbed launch on global warming. I didn't want to have that temptation. So I took down Twitter. Probably the best thing I could have ever done in my life. Alright. So with that out of the way, can I just tell you what I posted on Twitter before I delete it? Oh, no, no. I'm kind of a member of a Skype group that does the Friendship Fallout Shelter, that sort of thing. No, don't forget. Let me take care of that. No. So what I did, 5 years ago, I think I may have got him. A little gnat or something like that. I believe I may have got him. You see, I had 5 years ago when the Supreme Court ruled that it was legal to have LGBTQ marriage in the United States. The only thing I posted in response to that was a quote from Inside Out, the Pixar movie about emotions. And this is a direct quote from Anger, the character voiced by this Lewis guy, Lewis Clark Lewis. Well, anyway, Anger, after joy and sadness disappear into like the suction vat that takes and stores a lot of their memories into the big bank of memories and stuff. The only thing he says is, "Can I say that curse word now?" And that's basically what I posted on Twitter in response to the LGBTQ same-sex ruling about 5 years ago. Well, my tune has drastically changed ever since then. See, last month, the Supreme Court ruled that no one can discriminate against LGBTQ people in the workplace or fire people just because they're LGBTQ. And instead of saying, "Can I say that curse word now?" I basically given the big 1-2 punch of the the crisis, the economic fallout resulting from, and then all of a sudden these riots, these protests against on Black Lives Matter and all the craziness that's been going on about tearing down statues and defacing them and feeling like you're just feeling like you're not the best person out there, like you demand change to the system. You know, I want change. Change starts with me. You can tear down statues all day, but it is the heart that really needs to change. So I was changing my heart throughout this whole thing. Like the first 6 months, I've been changing my heart. And that's supposed to be a good thing, a really good thing. Okay, so when the Supreme Court ruled that LGBTQ people could not be fired just because they were LGBTQ, I, instead of saying, "Can I say that curse word now?" I was basically saying, "Thank you for taking a burden off of me, and thank you for showing me that I can be better, and thank you for making this world a better place, and thank you for helping to show that, to help me educate me on all this LGBTQ stuff." You see, I've been having a ridiculous burden for too long that I somehow had to be LGBTQ just so I could be friends or love other people that were LGBTQ as well. Well, nope. I can be who I am. They can be who they are. I don't have to change my belief in God and just get rid of it just so I can be friends with LGBTQ. I can still believe in Jesus Christ. I can still believe in God. I can still treat them with the love and respect that they deserve. It is change starts with you guys. That's what's going on here. So when my heart's changing and I'm improving on my mental health, taking these burdens off of me so I can be at peace. And a lot of it's working. I'm taking on the roles of positive characters in my dreams. So, of course, I attempted to try to take on the role of a furry creature with a big fluffy tail who loves everyone he comes in contact with and is able to listen to other people's opinions and worldviews without buying back effortlessly. Then the subconscious takes over, and suddenly I become, in my dreams, this is still in my dreams, I become a rookie superhero who looks up to Superman, thinks he's the coolest, and wants to be like him, yet I'm in need of a mentor. And it's like I still have trouble trying to be a superhero. It's like I'm a rookie superhero who looks up to Superman, wants to be like Superman, but is having a hard time being that hero that Superman has become. So it would be so cool if I was the superhero and Superman was my mentor, and I was like, I have the same powers as Superman. Like that would be like the coolest, man. You know, like I have Superman as my mentor. I mean, that he would be a totally cool teacher, man. Superman as my mentor. Wow. Well, sorry. You see, um, Now back to Internet Archive, as we're seeing here. I only wanted to tell you about the little tidbits, the burdens I've been taking on myself to make sure I'm truly free. This site is more free than YouTube. It's a little more like a much more relaxed rules and more freedom and stuff. And it turns out that so much is the case. I mean, you can post a lot of stuff here. Of course, you click upload. You say, please contribute books, audios, and video files that you have the right to share. The Internet Archive, a nonprofit library, will provide free storage and access to them, and reserve the right to remove any submitted material. Of course, there was an English version, the actual, the original language of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie that just came out earlier this year, and lo and behold, that's no longer online. It just lasted for only a short time. But then again, there's a lot of other movies on there that are owned by other people, and it turns out that they're still up after months and months. So sometimes I wonder what is Disney, Universal, Warner's, the Sony and Paramount, Viacom, Lionsgate, MGM, all those people. I don't know what the heck they're gonna do about all this stuff running around willy-nilly free without the consideration. Well, this is, of course, is a limitation. Of course, this doesn't mean that they're gonna remove you just because they're gonna just because you look like this or have this belief or anything like that. They're gonna most likely remove you because you don't have the right character. You have like a hate complex, or you do naughty things. Of course, there's only two. My latest two videos did not end up on YouTube. Instead, it ended up here. And here is my library. There are only two features, and both by the same studio that animated Rudolph and Frosty. Same production company, Rankin Bass Studios, Rankin Bass Productions, and they are rare, obscure, out of print, hard to find, and if you do find them, they're expensive, and I wanted to give these films more attention by uploading them to this platform. You see, this film, this is like my third attempt to upload it to the platform, and so far it's got 57 views and 2 favorites, and it's like I wanted to give more exposure to a obscure film made by the same people. The studio behind such classics as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. I wanted to give more exposure. And as for this, it's also made by the same company. I wanted to give more exposure to these films that often get so overlooked just because it's like you're not only known for one work, like you're only known for doing that one show, like that stop motion show, like you're only known for Rudolph, but no one really recognizes you for doing anything else. I mean, sometimes it feels like I want, they produce other stuff too. If you want to remain in business as a production company or as filmmakers, you gotta keep producing content. You gotta keep producing shows, and that's one of the things that Rankin Bass has produced shows from 1959 to 1989. Of course, their last production was in 2001, called Santa Baby, and lo and behold, it too is on archive.org. Now, I look into the favorites, and what you see when you look at the favorites? Oh, turns out that there are popular movies. Just, I'm telling you, really popular. I mean, look at this. These are all movies owned by other studios, made by other studios, and they end up on YouTube for some strange reason. And I'm not, of course, I'm not the ones uploading them. The other people are. So I'm not really that fond of of people doing this. I wanted to give more exposure to the features that often get overlooked. But what you're looking at here is a collection of movies that I happen to know very well. Okay, so let's go through the list. The Sandlot, that all-star classic about the kids and the dog, and as well as the famous line, "You're killing me, Smalls." I mean, I left the '90s. My Justin loved that. I mean, for 25 years, he's been quoting that. It's like such a classic, an all-star classic. One film that really makes me love baseball. One film that says, you know what, I'm glad that the MLB is gonna be coming back July 23rd, 24th, 25th of this year, 2020. So now we got Back to the Future. You know that with the time machine, Superman the movie. Of course, I already mentioned Superman, the good, the bad, and the ugly with Clint Eastwood, the Western movie. Aladdin, of course, you know Aladdin Disney movie. Smokey and the Bandit, the classic Burt Reynolds film. Up, the film that's probably the most saddest opening scene in the history of cinema. Toy Story 1 and 2, awesome classics. The Right Stuff, the three over 3 hour length biopic about the Mercury 7 astronauts who were the first Americans to go into space. NASA, the early years of NASA. Lion King, that with the famous opening and all the lions, and the one that Jon Favreau did with as a remake last year. Jaws, the shark movie, and the highest grossing movie in the history of highest grossing movies of all time. Well, when you don't take into account for inflation. And there comes my second point. You see, all these movies are available on archive.org. I don't know what the copyright holders are going to do about it. But then again, I'm not the one that's uploading these. I never really had the heart to do it. Of course, you have to log in to view the Sandlot. There's As for Avengers Endgame, while it is the highest grossing movie of all time, when you take it into account inflation, it's not. It belongs to this film, Gone with the Wind. Director Victor Fleming, along with a few other directors, and produced by Selznick International Pictures and distributed by Metro Goldwyn Mayer. And this film got like attention recently because it appears that HBO Max, out of respect for the Black Lives Matter protests that have been going on, have removed this film from their service. But then, after a week or so, they put it back up, and with a disclaimer saying that this film denies the horrors of slavery. Of course, again, I learned about slavery in school, and I didn't really seem to enjoy the whole thing. I mean, I wouldn't feel so good if I was. I wouldn't feel so good if my heart breaks. My heart breaks for my African American brothers and sisters. But I don't know. I mean, figuratively, they're my brothers and sisters. I mean, brothers and sisters in Christ. I don't feel happy about this dark part of history. Of course, this is in a lot of ways historically accurate. One, they did use African Americans as slaves. Of course, this was set during a time when African Americans where they believed that slavery was like a good idea, where they had that idea that they could just have people to do stuff for them, and and here's another thing that this film kind of gets right. You see, the rich people are the ones that have the plantations, and the rich people are the ones that have all the nice, beautiful dresses and outfits and stuff. I mean, I'm not the again. I think the dresses in this movie are beautiful, but I'm taking into it. It's all right for me. I take into account the historical context that this film is set in 1865, 1860. Well, the early 1860s anyway. It starts in 1861. It probably just goes over the saga and just it's 4 hours long, man. 4 hours. That's a long time to be seeing in a theater. But then again, there is an intermission, so at least you do get a bathroom break. Though I can see why people would feel upset about this. But then again, this site also has the film that Disney does not want you to see. You want to know what it is? It's called Song of the South. Okay, no. Okay. Movies right here. There's there we go. Which one's got the most views? Da. Of course, you got this VHS Vault. Here we go. Song for the South. 46 played by millimeter restoration. Of course, this is the 35mm restoration. Productions. This is the Disney film that Disney does not want you to see. Of course, there's the. Of course, you get attention. Of course, it's not like you. It's been up since October the 27th of 2017, and yeah, I got what you're feeling, man. Of course, this film suddenly gets attention too by Disney out of respect for the Black Lives Matter movement. Of course, there are these commenters who. Let me just scroll down and read let me read some of the crazy things that they say. I mean, classical reviewer, classical Cosmos, all you idiots think Song of the South races why these self-appointed know-it-alls tell us that we cannot watch Song of the South, the evil forces of cultural Marxism and social. Oh man, man. This is wild, man. What to wear, what to eat, where to work, what to think, what to watch, and who to slavishly obey as our leaders. You pinheads. This is him speaking, not me. About a bunch of condition-controlled Pavlov dogs. Ooh, man. Well, it's your free speech. It's your free country. You can say whatever. I mean, I don't know how many people would feel about this, but then here's another one. JMJ Jackie. I wonder who she may be. Okay, subject, read about the author, U.S. history, know the truth, and judge for yourself so you don't get brainwashed by the quote-unquote politically correct. I'm not trying to make this political, but the whole reason why I was reminded at the movie was because of the petition to take out Splash Mountain ride at Disneyland. Of course, they'll try to theme it over with Princess and the Frog rather than just Song of the South, and I mean, having the ride there with something different may be better than not having the ride at all. Plus, having the existence of Gone with the Wind with disclaimers would actually be better than not having the movie at all because it's such an iconic film. It's still people would consider it to be one of the greats. And anyway, let's continue reading Jackie's little review. I just watched this for the first time with my young children. We enjoyed it a lot. I wanted to see for myself if there was anything that should be protested about. The answer is no. It gave us a new appreciation for the Splash Mountain ride now that we see where the storyline came from. Disney movies have gone downhill in certain ways since post-Walt and original Imagineers. think it's a wonderful movie, especially in the era in which it was made. The fact that Walt Disney wanted to put the Uncle Remus stories into a movie speaks volumes about his appreciation of the values of all life and the stories and values it offers at a time when there was still segregation. There are many great aspects I wish we could find today in our culture. The current generation has lost the value of their elders, their life story, life lessons, their art of storytelling, etc. Pay attention to all the relationships each character has with the others. Johnny with Uncle Remus, with Toby, and with Jenny. Uncle Remus with the grandmother. The quick reference of John Sr. and Sally with Uncle Remus. The sharecroppers praying or singing for Johnny. I could go into detail with each one, but I think you can figure out for yourself and see that this movie has a lot of good qualities that are being tarnished by some groups that just want to just have people against each other for the purpose of their socialist uprising. Watch the movie A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing about Saul Linsky. Oh, come on. Look up Millennial Millie and what she has said about the Sunrise Movement, 7, the Green New Deal, and the guys to use BLM, Black Lives Matter, and others as pawns, and read the Bible for good measure, Proverbs 1, 8 through 19, if not all of Proverbs. Hang on, hang on, you know what, I'm gonna be able to find it on my phone. Okay, hang on. Let me just go back to the sacred text. I know that I have the Bible app on my phone. I mean, there's a lot of people who have the Bible app on their phone. Thomas Everett Child. Syndicated America's 50-part episodes split into 2 parts, which is probably bigger in Japan than anywhere else for many years. Tells revival human BBC. This is just an Instagram post that I did. Of course, thank you, John White. We love you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for a little comment that you gave there, Stinky Peterson. Well, we'll step away from being a Stinky Peter. Well, and again, let me go back to the Bible. That was so easy. Bible, right there, YouVersion. Boom. Okay, let me take a look. I'm gonna find the answers. What does Proverbs 1, 8 through 19 say? I'm going in, diving in, going deep in over my head. Okay, let's go back to Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 8. Okay, here we go. Right. Warning against the invitation of sinful men. Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head and a chain to adorn your neck. My son, if sinful men entice you, do not give in to them. If they say, come along with us, let's lie in wait for innocent blood, let's ambush some harmless soul, let's swallow them alive, like the grave, and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We will get all sorts of valuable things, and fill our houses with plunder. Cast lots with us, we will all share the loot. My son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths, for their feet rush into evil. You are swift to shed blood. How useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. These men lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush only themselves. Such are the paths of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of those who get it. Well, I believe Justin can explain to me that passage better than my mom and dad can. The whole goal is to resist evil and temptation. It's like the evil of just dark discrimination, the evil of hate. I think a lot of this time I've actually been trying to resist the evil urge to try to say, I want to take out all my anger and frustration just because these people just close things just to protect us, and they make us wear masks and stuff. I've been holding myself back, and Russell, a friend of mine named Russell, he commends, not condemns, commends. He commends me for having for handling this whole madhouse insanity much, much better than a lot of other people. And I have to agree with him. I'm not I'm not complaining about the lockdowns or getting angry about the lockdowns or getting angry about the cases. It's like I just don't know why things happen this way. So let's continue on with JMJ Jackie's little review. The story is set during the Reconstruction era, where the land was worked by sharecroppers, something that happened in our history, and were the steps in trying to repair the effects of civil war and slavery. Due to political correctness, it seems like no one can get an idea about history in creative storytelling. This movie is not meant to give you a history lesson, but it does at least give you one glimpse. On a tangent, we can't cover our history with a thumb, but we can learn from it. Imagine if you had no memory of yesterdays. You would continue to make the same mistakes daily. So, if I had no memory of all the past ills about myself, I wouldn't be here where I am today. There are many movies today in which I am much more offended about that have nothing to do with race. And on that, my friend, includes um, pornography, extreme violence, extreme sex, extremely disturbing content, horrific um, content with such extreme foul language. I mean, I'm not so keen on anything that's so R-rated or dark or cruel or nightmarish or anything like that. Okay. Let me here we go. The only thing that I think few people would, as understandably, get upset about is the tar baby sequence, and that's because today's thinking of that term is wrong and not the original meaning. The term tar baby has come to refer to a problem that is exasperated by attempts to struggle with it, or by extension to a situation in which mere contact can lead to becoming inextricably involved. And the use of tar baby originates from African American folklore, adapted from Cherokee folklore. To think of it as a racial slur is to have you brainwashed by political correctness that has its mind in the gutter and has a pessimistic view on the human race. I could go on, but thank you. Note was note. I was looking for this movie a few years ago to no avail. So thankful it's provided here. Of course, I found the movie. You know what? I actually found the movie years ago. I downloaded a torrent of it. Of course, this is back when I owned an iBook. I mean, this is 2008, years and years ago. I I downloaded a torrent of this movie, and I watched it for myself to judge and to find out what the heck was going on. And yeah, I could see why people would have a problem with it. And then again, it's kind of an interesting story, and one that I don't think I've really forgot the story of this. And then again, this is indeed the exact same site, not that has the whole show of this. No, wait, no, here we go. Here we go. It's some, oh, oh, huh, huh. I mean, it was on here, but then suddenly just went away. Huh. Hmm. Well, maybe I should take out D and see what happens. Huh? Okay. Someone is, I'm skin and, na 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 na. Oh yeah, of course. This website's running off of not the world's fastest media stuff. Then again, okay, that's the one hope right here. I mean, someone. Nope, nope, not quite. The Duke's. I don't know. Huh. No, 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 it's not the whole show. No, maybe I must have messed it up. Huh. I mean, I seem to enjoy this for what it is. It's not like I'm. Well, we reserve the right to remove the show. Okay, so an archive has its own policies, but I'm not gonna be the one who just goes goes on a big wild tangent and just says, "Oh no, they're taking away all my favorite movies and stuff." Yada yada yada. It doesn't. I don't feel good when something negative extremely happens. I want to free myself from the negativity. I want to turn that saffron upside down. This is one site that can help me turn that saffron upside down. So sorry. But you know what? Let me maybe well it may have been taken down on this site, but you know what? It's on other sites. You know, lovable rogues trying to give more exposure to a TV show about two farm boys who ride around in their orange car and jump off ramps and say "Yee-haw!" and have all that good old country time trying to fool around with the head of the county boss hog and his idiotic little sheriff's department, Sheriff Roscoe B. Coltrane and Enos or other characters that may have popped up in the show in recent years. But season 5 didn't have like the Bo and Luke Duke. Every other season had Bo and Luke Duke, but season 5 was minus Bo and Luke Duke for some reason. I don't know. Must have been some contract thing going on there. But anyway, thank thank you. I mean, this site's a wonderful site. You can go ahead and look at it if you want, but I can't guarantee that everything is gonna be intact and stay on there for as long as history exists. For you see, you still have like they still reserve the right to remove any films and shows that may still be existent. You know, I'm not, and I mean, I'm not like a hard. I'm not part of the present. You know who? I'm not part of that fandom. Well, gracious, I'm calling it a fandom now. I mean, there's other people who call it a fandom, but it's one wild fandom. I'm not. I don't feel like I want to be part of it. I don't want to be a part of anything excessively political or try to affiliate myself or try to reveal any political aspirations, even though, as a polling citizen of the United States, I have an obligation to vote, and I vote. But I'm not going to tell you. I've learned that through my dad and mom, and I thank them for that. Okay. Thank you so much. This is just the software I use to record, but this has been a pleasure talking to you. Okay, see ya. Bye.